Thanks for being here. So as we get started today, we connect to our breath. And just getting a few deep breaths is a commitment to remembering and feeling our vitality, no matter how elusive it feels or seems. There's a quality that we can always attune to, even if we feel a physical diminishment of sorts. There's always a quality that we can touch into to remember and it's a remembering with every cell. It's a remembering with a bodily awareness, a sense awareness. It's a remembering through a sense awareness. So we're going to move into shoelace, right over left. And you always have these options of supplementing or altering the shape. And we're working rounds of Kapalabhati, followed up by rounds of Uddiyana. So we'll start with 40 pumps, Kapalabhati. Let's do that part right now. Sharp. Thereafter, we'll set fingertips behind the hips, keeping feet active, slow, deep inhalation. Pause. We'll hold the breath 10 count. Feel for relaxing around the hip crease. Feel for softening through your core. And then bring your fingertips, your hands in front of the shins or beside your legs. Swift, thorough exhalation. Stay empty. And drawing the belly in. And with the in-draw, there is a slight lifting up. When you need a breath, relax the belly, come upright. Reset the hands, inhale. Hold the breath. We're holding a 10 count, feet active, pressing down, softening through core. So feel that subtle interior expanding vertically. As you relax, sink the tailbone down. Folding forward, swift, thorough exhalation. Stay empty. Draw belly in. It's an in, a back, and up. Of course, release belly when you need a breath. We'll switch to the cross of the legs. We'll repeat our process. Other side. So we go left over right. Shoelace. And we're starting with Kapalabhati. 40 pumps. Begin. Fingertips to ground, inhale. And use the spreading of your foot bones to enhance and facilitate that inhalation. As you move your foot bones apart, feel how your rib bones are moving apart. Hold. Softening core. That's when, that's when energy moves. Bring the hands forward. Swift, thorough exhalation. We're going to keep the feet active. Relaxing through the back of neck, pulling belly in and back and up. When you release, we'll just set up for one more round. Fingertips, one inhalation. Hold. Let the skull and the neck lift away from the tail. Bring hands forward, swift, thorough exhalation. Remain empty, pull belly in, back and up. You can keep the legs switching a little bit, so let's unwind, rewind to the other side where we have our right on top of our left, and we're twisting toward the foot. So inhale, raise the right arm, raise it with the intent of stretching all of this right side, the lats, the torso lengthens away from the hip bone, and then exhaling, keep that reach. As you hook that arm, elbow, arm, armpit over the foot. Hands to ground. And then relaxing the neck. Inhale, move chest forward, forward. It's kind of the space between your thumbs. And exhaling, let that pressure of the foot on the arm open up the hip. Letting deep breaths reach the areas that might feel a little achy or stiff, so making that contact. And release. Inhale, come back upright. And once more, switch. So we're going left ankle over right. When we inhale the left arm up, register the lift, the length, the spreading of this entire left side of body away from the hip bone. Exhaling, hooking this elbow over the left foot. Unshrug the shoulders, draw them down away from the jaw. Release the back of the neck. Feel the body soften, even as you may be registering a stretch or registering a sensation of tension or tightness. And then deepen breath. Inhale, unwind. Okay, we'll set up lying on back. And we'll have an object like a roll or a block handy. So let's bring the feet off the ground, the knees over the hips. And remembering part of this position, this lying on ground, is to help us feel breathing occurring in our back. Okay. When we lift and lower the head, mostly the lifting of the head, is to help us feel a physical breath interacting in our lower abdomen and low back. So, focus into the low back as you inhale. You can lift the head a little bit and curl tailbone. It's a very low abdominal move. Exhale, send that left leg out, spreading the foot bones. And then draw low belly down. Inhale, bend left knee. But focus belly. The head doesn't have to move much. Curl tailbone, exhale the right leg out. Pull low belly down. That's all, can be a continuous in-draw of the belly. Now as I inhale, there's a continuous releasing, softening, and expanding of the abdomen. Lower abdomen, low back. Curl tailbone. Exhale, feel the left leg, send it out. So feel the low belly sinking in, drawing in, pulling it in. So start to void some of those tensions and void some of those numbnesses, like moving those along. Inhale, bend left knee. Focus in the abdomen though. You can bend the knee and focus and feel the abdomen. Curl tailbone, exhale the right leg out. Stay with the belly, drawing it in. Feel the movement of the belly going in, going together, sinking inward. Inhale, bend right knee. We'll do 3 more aside. Go for it. Focus on the low belly movement. There's an inward movement and there's a releasing from that innermost point. Even though you're performing the movement, may not mean that we're focusing 100% on feeling the abdomen the entire cycle or duration. Going through, set head down. Grab your object, and with it between your legs, reach the legs up. With the legs vertical and the head resting down, recommit to that Ujjayi breath as it helps us feel our body, helps us inhabit our body. So every time that registry of, oh, there, my body, oh, I feel that. It's kind of a re-inhabiting. So these first three moves is simply breathing with the legs vertical. So keep the legs vertical. Keep the head resting on the ground or on your hands. So the first three are resting, quote unquote, resting abs. Inhale into the low back and the low belly. Okay, give the object a gentle touch squeeze. And now exhale, staying with the low belly. Feel it draw in and down. Feel the ribs getting drawn down. Draw. Keep following it in. Keep following it in. And then from that deep, deep inside of your low belly, inhale. And feel the release spreading through the abdomen. The release, the expansion, the hydrating, if you will, all through the low back. Give the object a little touch squeeze. Exhale. Follow the belly, the tissue, the skin, the muscle, follow in. Go in. Keep going in, exhaling, still exhale. Inhale from that exact and very area. Breath expands and spreads through the abdomen and the low back and the waist. Squeeze the object. Exhale. Follow how the belly and the back tissues sink and move in. Find out how deeply you can feel in this specific low belly area. Inhaling, releasing the efforts of the legs. And now we'll add in the head movements. Squeeze the object. Exhale. Lift the head up an inch, maybe two, maybe less. But follow the belly. Follow the belly in. In, keep going. Don't stop there, there's more. Stretching the legs up. Inhaling into that low belly, that point. Resting the head down. Feel the abdomen expand, the low back muscles expand. Squeeze the object. And begin the exhale with the low belly, in the low belly. Lifting the head up an inch or two. Just lifting the shoulder blades up. Keep following the belly, stay with the belly. Sometimes we stop our movement really just because our focus drifts a little. Keep going in, keep returning, keep going in. We'll do another inhale, resting the head down, resting some of those leg efforts. Letting that breath move from the depth of your belly into the navel, into the hip bones, into the low back. Squeeze the object. Exhale, track with your body, pulling that low belly, drawing it, gathering it in and in. The head lifts, straightening, reaching the legs. Keep following the belly. The first stop point may not be a true stopping point. It might just be our habit, our habitual stop point. Keep drawing the belly in. Go beyond your habit. Stop. Go in, go past those. We find that it's really quite infinite. And then relaxing, inhale, setting the head down. Exhaling, setting the feet down. So when we find those stopping points in our low belly movement, question them, question them, question them. Are they true stopping points? Or is it just what I've become accustomed to, taking my meditation up to a certain point and stopping? Can our curiosity be bigger than a habituated stop point? When we let the feet down, let's set up for dolphin. And one option for dolphin, if you have the wall room, I'll be describing leg up at a time, and I like having a bit of wall support for this. So again, you don't need the wall, but if you have it, you'll just get a little variation on our leg up. So let's start elbows under shoulders. In our dolphin setup, the forearms. Take a moment, press into each forearm. Feel that each arm and each shoulder is carrying the weight, distributing the weight. Feel for weight more than muscular effort. If you're calibrating off of which arm you're squeezing and gathering and activating, or it might be a little imbalanced feeling. Feel for weight distribution through the forearms, weight distribution through the shoulder joints. Yeah, all right, inhale. Exhale the knees off the ground. Releasing the weight of the head. Take 3 deep breaths. So intentionally slowing and deepening every breath. So sensing breath in a deeper, richer dimension of your body. There's like layers. Sensing down to the deepest layers of your body. In a very general way, our skin and muscle are the stuff we can feel pretty rapidly, the bone, the skin, the muscle. It's quite superficial. It's more on the periphery of our body. And then as we go in and in, we're getting and going through the deeper organs and down to those deeper central vessels and nearer to the inside of the spine. And now we begin that leg up. We'll inhale and raise the left foot up. If there's a wall behind you, then you get to soft rest that forefoot on the wall. You can use that little wall touch and almost imply a little hook and lifting the heels away from the sit bones. And we'll switch. Inhale, set the left foot down, staying in dolphin, and raise the right. If you're near a wall, you'll touch the forefoot to the wall. And then listening, hearing the sound of your breath, slowing it so as to deepen the sensing of it. Slowing the breath has value. But for us, let's go a little step different. Slow the breath to deepen our sense awareness. To give the deepest, innermost areas of our body the chance to feel that kiss of breath. All the while you're actively reaching out to your heel, your forefoot, the periphery of your body. We'll set that right foot down. We'll set the knees down. So when we stand, we'll take a wide-legged stance, like a straddle type stance. There's times in our development that we'll be very self-attuned or self-focused. We'll be constructing and meaning-making from the perspective of me. And there's times in our development that we'll be constructing and meaning-making from us, right? Our families, our collectives, our groups. And I find it so helpful to have these kinds of practices that touch into deep innermost and extend and include this most peripheral and outer aspect of our body. We'll interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale into the collar and chest, armpit. Feet active. Exhale, pressing out through the legs. Hinge forward. Lifting the knuckles away from your forehead. And stay engaged with those quads, those thigh muscles. And then take 3 more breaths, slowing the breath to deepen the breath. Slowing the breath to deepen, to advance and move through any of those habitual stop points. So often those stop points are little representations of where we might just have habitually stopped knowing ourselves, really. Can we see, feel all the way through our body, our person, all the many, many ways we've constructed and made meaning? And then inhale, we'll take the hands back to the pelvis. Heel toe the feet a little bit in, helping yourself up. Okay, and a little bit just so that we can arrange for triangles straight away. So we'll turn the left foot forward. Walk that right heel back out. Inhale, arms out to the side, reaching out through the arms, the leg limbs. Exhale. Left limb, reaching, left ribs lengthening, and we'll set that hand down, raise the right up. Bend left knee. We're setting it for half moon. Inhale, shift weight forward. You can go right hand on right hip. As we raise that right heel, now exhale, send that heel back straight away. You can use your thumb and forefinger wrapped around hip to just nudge the tailbone away from your brain. If you can see the direction your left foot faces, those toes, as you inhale, feel your chest moving in the direction your toes are facing. There you go. So lengthening in that very direction. And then exhale, so long as the hip, the joints of the hip accept, you can draw that right hip bone back. Just kind of a winding up. And then reaching powerfully through that right leg. It's okay to call up a lot of sensation through that limb. Inhale, we'll set that right foot down behind us, the hands under the shoulders. Exhale, chaturanga with step left foot back. Pull shoulders away from jaw, lowering. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower, downward dog. Triangle. Inhale the right foot forward. Reach out through the limbs, which is different than just putting them up into a position. Reaching is something you feel your body relates to your body. You're reaching. And And then exhale, moving into the triangle. Reaching through the right, lengthening through the right side ribs. And bending your right knee as we prep for half moon. Inhale. Placing the right foot down. Lifting the left heel up. Exhale. Send legs. Strong line energy. Well, stretching the chest, the waist forward. Stretch, reaching that left leg back. You can get right into that left waist with your breath, with those fantastic exhales that massage and move that low abdomen just on the inside of that hip bone. Strong, strong legs. Reach while you inhale, reach as you exhale. Find that aliveness and that vitality through the whole breath, we'll say cycle, through the inhale. Find that vitality, that reach, that electricity, that aliveness through the exhale. Inhale, we'll set that left foot down, chaturanga. Exhaling, the hands down, stepping right foot back, lowering. Cobra, inhale. Exhale, lower down, downward dog. When we deepen our breath, it's a call to feel our body more deeply. All right, step the feet forward. We're going to make a wall transition, and we're working some downward dog on the wall. So I'll just talk us in as we go. So if you're a little ahead of me or still setting up, we'll just use the time. So from downward dog, where my heels just about skim the wall or the baseboard. Wrap the shoulders. Inhale, step foot up hip height. Check the neck, relaxing the head. Exhale, step the other foot up hip height. Now, when you need to move down, step down. Okay. We're going to keep our position near the walls. We step into vertical splits. I personally like to do vertical splits where my legs are similarly straightened. So if there's like a little 5-degree bend in one knee, I like to have maybe a little 5-degree bend in the other leg. If one leg's straight, the other leg's straight. So I adjust my stance according. We'll keep the left foot down and inhale, draw the right foot up. So I am, in a sense, resting my forefoot on the wall. And I am also using the wall just to touch and stay light. I'm staying very light on the wall. Now, if you have a really nice, light, just a feather touch of balance there, you might want to play with taking the hands into prayer position in front of your sternum. So you're actually taking the hands away from the wall and ground, palm to palm in front of the chest. Could be fun. And I do like to get that distance where if the wall wasn't there, I would not fall backward. And set the hands down. Inhale, set the right foot down. And raising the left leg, exhale. Reach. Releasing the head, the neck. And inhale, we'll set that left foot down. And we'll conclude wall stuff by bringing our mat back away from there. Back. We'll simply step into another side, inhaling the left foot forward as we set up for ostrich. Interlacing hands. Exhale, folding forward. And part of the remembering is to attune to select, to feel the aliveness each and every moment. It's in our body, it's through our body, it's with our body. There's a whole process of registering fullness and aliveness. And it might be closely connected to our efforts and our work, but it is distinct. So sometimes we have to stoke a little energy, a little effort, but it's distinct from it. The effort's just kind of a jump-starting mechanism that has a lot of cellular benefits. Inhale, bring the hands down to the sacrum. We'll set them to the ground. For pigeon, we'll set the right knee down to the ground as we wiggle that left foot over. All right, part 2. So you may have to lean a little bit left to walk your left shin up. Walking it up. So my leg limb is got more of a 90-degree angle. Now with the left sole of foot exposed, right back to twisting toward the foot. So grabbing the foot either with the one hand, the two hand, or the armpit. And if you notice, if you're trying to get the armpit there and you feel that collapse in the solar plexus, you might just kind of rewind and with a sense awareness through the torso, reach, fold, twist. And again, attuning to that aliveness. Often collapse, when we kind of smush our body down, can result in a feeling of like, bleh. Energetically, to me, it feels a little dim. Psychologically, it feels a little bit like defeat or no creative options remaining. All right, inhale, unwind, hands under shoulders. Exhaling, downward dog. Ostrich, inhale the right foot forward. Exhaling, hinging torso inside the right thigh. How do you attune to aliveness? That's just a simple sense focus. Right? When consciousness shows up as us being richly and inhabiting our body, there's a quality of, it comes to us, it expresses as fullness, as aliveness. So just like a radio signal comes through a specific channel, when consciousness comes through that specific channel of us showing up at the address that is our body, we feel fullness, we feel aliveness, we feel that sparkling all-overness. And how you do that will be uniquely your process, your find, your... Inhale, bring hands down to the sacrum. Setting up for pigeon, we'll place the left knee down. We'll walk the right leg down. And to me, maybe this is more a commentary on my own personal makeup, but to focus on that particular channel, or that substrate, that channel of consciousness, there's kind of a ruthlessness, just a ruthless editing away anything else. Just a ruthless cutting away of internal chatter, just a ruthless cutting away from any distraction and getting wholly, fully, thoroughly in this one address, this one cosmic address called me. And that twisting toward the foot. So if you need to lean right, wiggle this right leg up to more of a right angle. And then exhaling, reaching, turning toward the sole of right foot. That might be a hand grab. That might be getting the armpit over the foot. Release, inhale, unwind, hands under shoulders. Exhaling, downward dog. And gently set knees down. When you lie on back, do one final move here. Little happy baby. So soles of feet face sky, shins vertical. I'm going to grab a hold of these soles of feet. Oops, did I turn off there? Good? All right. You can do this a couple of ways. You can pull these shins down so verily the tailbone and the sacrum lift away from the ground. The other way is I keep the tailbone and the sacrum kind of moving, touching toward the ground. You'll stretch slightly different areas. When you release, Shavasana. You can rest with your bent knees tented against one another, or you can straighten the legs out, your flavor. And you might just want to take a few kind of deep, sighing, clearing breaths. Sighs are really valuable. I don't suggest that we do them when we're working through our asana, our pose practices, but at a moment like this where we're changing gears, so to speak, a couple big old clearing, sighing breaths can really help us just start to move into that rest, that deep, deep resting, listening state. And allow yourself to simply absorb the effects of your practice. The effects of all your great work, your focus, your attunement, the act of interfacing with consciousness often will leave a kind of an imprint. It's like a residual. Find out what that is in your body. And within the next few breath moments, deepening, remembering that there is life outside of Shavasana. Bend knees. Turn to a side and help yourself toward the rest of your life beyond Shavasana. Namaste.
Thank you, Gwen. Have a great day.